Bart Womack of Eden Growth Systems.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all feeling good today. Everyone had a good breakfast and a good lunch. We all know where we're going to have dinner tonight. As my grandmother used to say, full bellies make happy hearts. So I hope this room is full with full bellies right now. And that actually brings me to the point of what I'm talking about today. Our daily lives, our attitudes, how well we can function and do what we need to do are all built around eating. We plan our days, our holidays, our special events, and in fact our lives around when we will eat. And the quality of those lives is determined by the quality of that food. Civilization itself began with the mass cultivation of food production so that greater economies of scale could be achieved. And it was in that that allowed us to develop culture, society, art, because human beings had the time and the energy to, instead of being focused on survival, they could be focused on those things. And that's the message that I'm bringing here today, is that the future of our civilization will be determined by our ability to evolve our food production, whether in the great frontier of space or here on Earth. The essential message is, the future is food. 4 years ago, while doing trends research for a family office in Houston, Texas, I came across an MIT report that was generated with computer models in the 1960s. What this report predicted was that by 2030, human civilization would collapse because of the escalation of the population in the face of its inability to feed itself. I set out to disprove this report. What I instead found after a year and a half's research at the time was that the underlying message and facts of it and its conclusions were inescapable. Our food production system worldwide is running out of easily accessible water and arable farmable land. Sorry. The current world population of 7.6 billion is expected to reach 8.6 billion by 2030, and nearly 10 billion by 2050. With this increase in population, current farming technologies would require an additional billion hectares of land to become available for farming. To give you a conception of how much land that is, that's roughly a landmass the size of Canada. The more I dug, the more the facts presented themselves, and the more I realized that we needed solutions. I went back to research. After about a year and a half of doing more research, I founded EGS. Eden Growth Systems is a farming technology company focused on closed system ecological design. We are dedicated to finding and implementing the newest farming technologies and designs with the end result of giving families and communities the ability to be self-sufficient in their food production. We build next-generation modular automated farms. Our first consumer product is the LifePod, a turnkey food production system that can function in any environment and be delivered anywhere in the world. We also design and build custom farming solutions for any environment our customers need. Powered by the Genesis engine, a system of my own design, the LifePod is the most advanced survival system developed for commercial sale. Designed to be the most efficient system able to function without resupply for the longest period, it is the premier system when it comes to preparedness or homesteading. And the fact is, the problems we are facing on Earth are the same problems we will face in space and on off-world colonization. Limited space, limited water, limited resources, and the need to be able to function with long periods of time without resupply and potentially on our own. Phase 1 involved the construction and testing of HAB1 at our research facility in Oregon by our CTO, Jeff Raymond, also known as the Real Martian. I would invite any of you to go to his YouTube channel. He's been cataloging his work for the past few years. And also the completion of LifePod version 1 in Houston, Texas at our fabrication facility. We have now begun to work on design phase 2. With phase 1 we completed a optimized modular aquaponics system with succession planning for growing while taking the learning curve out of the product for the end client. What this basically means is if you wanted to develop these systems on your own and were a hobbyist, you have to learn about aquaculture, botany, and plumbing, and it requires a steep learning curve. With our product, we're taking all of that out of the end product and are able to offer an end system that can be turnkey and functional on day one. With phase 2, our plan is to take the monitoring system designed by Jeff in HAB 1, called the Genesis system, and incorporate AI and robotics so that we can produce the first fully automated aquaponic system that no longer needs human labor. One of our biggest breakthroughs this year has been in our research for the adaptation of the life pod for low gravity environments is the introduction of eels into the system. Traditionally, the use of these systems in low gravity conditions has not been optimal. Because of the bone density lost in the fish, they cannot thrive. But by research recently conducted by NASA, it has been shown that eels can not only survive, but can thrive in space. This, coupled with our own research into ancient Japanese techniques for utilizing eels in aquaculture, we feel we have surpassed this hurdle and hopefully will begin testing this very soon. Our future and the future of our world and our ability to leave it and to move out into the cosmos is built, as our civilization past and present, on our ability to feed ourselves. It is foundational. And quoting Jeff, while Mr. Musk focuses on the problem of how to get us there, we are focusing on how to not only keep us alive once we are there, but to make that future world and our home the garden of plenty it can be. This is why I named our company Eden. Because for humanity to have a future worth living, out there or here, it demands from us our embracement of our destiny, to turn this world and all other worlds into the paradise that it can be. We have the technology. Now we just need the will. Thank you.